Alrighty traders, George here, and time for a look at the week in review, the trades of the week, and the week ahead. Let's jump right into it. For starters, let's look at our day trade action from last week in the live room. Did 3 mornings here, about 7 hours. A really odd week with all the volatility. The market speed for the NASDAQ and the mini Russell was quite high. Actually printed quite a bit of loss here Tuesday morning, but towards the end recovered it all to just about break even. Had a really good go on Wednesday, a lot of that with the add-ons and the re-entries for some of those big moves. And then for Thursday, got cut up to print some red ink. All in all, did $1,286 after commission at about a 56% win rate. Per hour clip, about $183 an hour there. Still profitable, not as good as the week prior, but the week prior was the best one we've had for a while. So again, all derived from visually trading off of our DSR models here. Then to the trades of the week off of the balance beam setups. I'll show you quickly screenshots from those videos. This was the earlier video. This was the setup for the S&P. All right, we were sort of fading off of a rally up, and those were the trade scenarios I presented. And for gold, sort of the opposite, pressing up on a rally. And from there, the gold setup was as follows. Triggered longs twice, once and twice. $6.60 each time there. It's 1,320 per contract. That was it for the gold trades. The S&P triggered a short that went in favor with the trails out with +2. Triggered a long to target. That's 1250. Triggered the long again, 1250. That's it for that long sequence there with only one re-entry. Triggered a long continuation that was stopped for 2.5 based on the trails. Did that again, stopped at 2.5 on the trails, and that was it. So picked up 22 points there on the S&P for $1,100 per contract. Now for the week ahead, here's the NASDAQ on the balance beam chart here. This is the graphic that I showed you guys in the room last week, and this area here is where I highlighted to watch for the pass-through. This is a very bearish moment in time when the market is really poised for some of its worst possible moves down, and it recovers. It's one of my favorite signals to look for. And since highlighting that, we're well up over 200 points in the NASDAQ since we popped back over that. So as always, traders on the wrong side of the balance beams getting crushed here, and the shorts that weren't covering or are looking for revenge add-ons, just not feeling it here and just having to cover, and new longs coming into the mix here and also driving this thing up. So really good rotation there, and we're driving up to a very heavily traded zone here. So the trade scenario is this. Key round number 4,300 at the dominant balance beam here. We're going to look to go short after we print 4,300 and then break into just below 4290s to get short. And to the long side, we need to print 4310 and pull back 11 points or more and then rally back to get long at 4313 quarters there and those targets above. We'll look for one re-entry in each direction, trails as indicated here, and that's the setup going into the week for the NASDAQ. And then here's oil. Oil has had a pretty good rally here off of its lows, and you'll note where these lows came in very close to that targeted low that I had in the 26s. This could be a key rotation for oil to permanently stay above this level here. This is what we're going to look at in the room later this week. But for where we are right now, breaking below 3060, we'll look to get short. Breaking over 32s, we'll get long at 3215 with these targets here. One re-entry for each of those directions. Trails as indicated here. And where we are right now at 3150s, we're sort of smack dab in the middle of this balance beam. So bottom line is we need to break higher or lower from this area to get long or short. So there's your look at oil. The NASDAQ for the week ahead, some great position trading from the balance beam last week, and some good day trading action considering the volatility we had in the equity side there. So there you have it, folks. We'll see you back in the live room.